Today's YouTube video is going to be on convict cichlids and breeding them and taking care of the young. Convict cichlids are best described as a dominant, definitely dominant cichlid in the aquarium world. Being able to take down full-grown Oscars when defending eggs and their babies, or even just the nest. My personal experience, I've had, say, probably 2 breeding pairs that have both taken down Oscars in a tank while defending their nest, and the Oscar's been about 10 to 11 inches, and the convict's only about 3 inches. So definitely very, very aggressive, but also a very good beginner fish if you're looking for something to breed. Telling the difference between convict cichlids is really easy. Males, the dorsal and anal fin are both going to be pointed, and they're usually a little bit bigger and also have a lump or a hump on the top of the head, which is used to nudge the female. Females are going to have a rounded dorsal fin and anal fin, and usually have a big red patch on the belly that kind of helps distinguish what's male and female. Caring for young is pretty easy, actually. After the convicts have bred, using an orange clay pot is probably about the easiest thing to use. They may not breed in it right away, but it's actually easier to keep everything in one area so that nothing else can attack them or eat them. Also, with convict cichlids, conditioning is not really all that important, but I do recommend it. Pretty much, it's just like putting 2 rabbits in a cage and seeing what happens next. You definitely have a lot of babies, and with convicts it can be a little difficult to get rid of. Not a lot of people want them because they do, breed so rapidly and they're easy to get a hold of. With convicts, raising the babies, like I said, is quite easy. What I do recommend is taking a Ziploc baggie, taking some omega-1 color flakes, freeze-dried bloodworms, and brine shrimp, putting them in a Ziploc bag, taking a rolling pin, and mashing it into a fine powder. That's usually what I find works best. That way they're getting all the nutritions from the freeze-dried as well as the flake food, which is, like I said, the omega-1 is probably your best bet. Also with convict cichlids, the babies do grow quite rapidly. I do recommend keeping the tank at about 76 to 78, and also keeping the parents separate from any other fish. Usually having your own 20-gallon tank for the convicts is the best way to go. Also with the babies, the largest grow-out tank you can possibly do is probably the easiest way to do it. I usually do about a 40 to a 45-gallon tank for the grow-out, also with 50% water changes every 3 days, and then feeding 3 times a day. Mine probably hit, I'd say, an inch, inch and a half within probably first couple, I'd say 3 to 4 weeks, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is when you see other fish do grow. Also, jelly bean cichlids can be bred the same way. Basically, jelly beans are genderized the same way, having the pointed fins on males and the rounded on females. Jelly beans are just a hybrid between the parrot cichlid and the convict, which, dating back, they say that convicts are actually in parrot cichlids, but no one does know the true answer yet for that. So if you do have any more questions on breeding convicts, I will be posting a video soon. You can also view my articles at hubpages.com, and I will post a link down at the bottom. Thanks.